What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures, and welcome to episode number 82 of F the Skull podcast. You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach, and I'm recording this impromptu podcast episode today because I have started a new morning routine. I'm at the gym at 6 a.m. now, doing a 2-hour workout, and I'm listening to podcasts, and I'm doing a lot of mindset work, and I'm really doing a lot of thought work while I'm there. And every single time I come home from the gym, I'm really fired up. And I thought, this is just such wasted energy. I'm going to put this down and record for all eternity so that you can get some tips, tools, and tricks that might be helpful for you to move forward with your journey with emotional eating, breaking up with emotional eating and losing the weight as well. So I always want to keep this very short and functional, factual. I'm not into, because I personally don't have time for these. I'm not into hour-long podcasts and, 85 billion years it takes to get to the point. I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, let's just give some dot points. So you will probably hear Molly tapping around in the background here. She's wandering around the kitchen with her little claws, scratching on the floor. If you hear it, that's okay. You can all give Molly a little cheer. She's fabulous. And I am going to remind you, however, please head on over if you haven't yet, kyliepax.com/free course, people, /free course, or just hit the fucking link in the top bar. When you go to my website, it says free course, and get your mitts on the free course, which I say this every fucking week. But hopefully by the time this podcast goes to air, it will be released and you will be the first to get your grubby little mitts on it. It's going to change your damn life. It is everything that I did to lose 20 kilos. I explain the eating codes in excruciating detail. I think this comes from a Dr. Phil sort of saying, but once you know what I share with you in this free course, you can't unknow it. And there will literally be no excuses for you anymore moving forward. If you follow the bouncing ball, you will lose weight. It's not hard. It's not hard, please, because I don't do hard things. It's exactly what I did, and it's not hard. So I'm going to give that all to you in the free course one more time for the people in the back, kyliepax.com/free course. Now, I'm going to share with you a couple of things. We have been doing listener questions over the last few weeks, and I really like them, and you guys really like them. Who cares if I like them? You guys really like them because you're sending me more questions. So I have a few here today, and I want to start with one that came through this morning on my Instagram because it's very simple, but it came through multiple times from multiple different people. Like, everybody wants to know, I think because I was talking about it the other week on my Insta, like, what's your new morning routine? And this is so critical and so important, and I'm pumped and excited about it. In fact, let me tell you, I don't even know who I am anymore. This is how exciting my life is now. Not because something amazing has happened, because I've fucking decided to get excited about it. Do you understand the difference? I used to wait for something exciting to happen in my damn life so that I could, my life sucks, so that I could actually enjoy my life. No, I'm generating my own excitement for whatever is going on in my life. Do you think a power plant sits around waiting and wishing that something could happen to it so that it can generate energy? No, its whole fucking function is to generate the energy. And that's what I am working on so hard this year, is becoming my own damn generator. So, and let me tell you how much I don't even know myself. When I came home from the gym this morning, after getting there at 6 a.m., and I will break down my morning routine for you in a minute so that you can see how it all rolls out, and then you can take the bits that work for you and implement them into your routine as well. But I came home after working out for 2 hours. I'm in the bathroom washing my hands because ever since COVID, I'm just fucking obsessed with hand washing. Like, I can't, the minute I walk into the house after being anywhere, even though I've sanitized 5,000 times in the car, I'm like, wash your hands, wash your hands. So I'm washing my hands, looking in the mirror. And you know what I actually thought to myself? I wish it was tomorrow morning already so I could go back. And I thought, I don't even know who I am right now. But this is what happens when you create a life that you actually are excited to live. And I want this for you guys as well. So because so many people were sending me through the same question, like, what's your morning routine? What's your morning routine like? Well, how's the morning routine working? I thought, well, let me just address this so that I can break it down better and in more detail than you can on an Instagram story. So let me start by telling you how this happened. I was plotting this for a long time. Now, just because I was preparing myself for this months in advance and you're just finding out about this now, doesn't mean that you can't do it, find a way to do it, or adapt a portion of it into your life. But when we switched to daylight savings here in Australia, I knew that when we switched back, obviously you lose an hour, right? We all get this around the world. If you don't have daylight savings, like I know they don't in Queensland, it feels like you take out the violins for them. Their weather is so gorgeous up there anyway. Like who cares if they don't get daylight savings? But for the rest of us who get daylight savings, when it starts, you lose an hour, and that sucks. It sucks. And it takes me a long time to adjust my body. But when I do, then I know that if I could just, this is what my plan was. I knew that during the period of daylight savings, our summer, if I could just get myself to get up at 6 a.m., which I didn't like it. It really sucked. But if I could do it, then I knew that when we switched back from daylight savings and it was all over, and if I was prepared to not lie in bed like a sloth, I was prepared to, what I wanted to do was grab that hour back. You know, when you work in retail, they will often do price drops and things like that. And then they will, not to the open public, just they won't talk about this, but there was something called a clawback, right? And it fucking sounds vicious, and it is. You might think as a consumer that you're getting a bargain here or there, but they will claw back the money that they lost in other areas. Prices will bump up somewhere else, or, you know, you think you're getting a bargain, but they're fucking clawing back that money. Otherwise, they wouldn't survive. That's the law of, retail thriving. So I was going to claw back the time. And this is what I planned. I got myself to adjust my body clock all throughout daylight savings. So that was months. I was working on this deviously for months. And I got myself to the point where I could get up at 6 a.m. All the while knowing that when we switched back and daylight savings was over, I could claw back the hour that I lost, and instantly I was going to be getting up at 5 a.m. I had just gained a fucking hour in my day with zero effort on my part. My body still thought I'm getting up at 6. Like, I'm like here now looking like trick jar. It still thinks it's getting up at 6. But unbeknownst to the poor little sucker, I'm getting up at 5. I have just clawed back an hour in my day, an hour. Now, you might think, who cares? That's an extra hour sleep. Do you know what you can do in an hour? A fucking lot. In that hour, I am getting my ass to the gym. That's the workout. That's all the things. It's an extra hour of anything that is important to you in your life. Don't sit back and tell people, don't sit back, tell me, because I've got something to say to you. Don't sit back and tell yourself, I don't have time. I would do this, but I don't have time. If only I had the time. You've got the fucking time. Now, here's how it works now. Once daylight savings ended and I clawed back my greedy little hour that I was so desperate, I waited months for that damn hour. I now set my alarm. It was previously set it's still set for 5:50. No, that's not right. 4:50. It was previously set for 5:50 a.m. so that I was getting up just before 6 o'clock. Well, now I've set it for 4:50 a.m. It thinks it's getting up at the same time, but now it's getting up at 10 to 5. And I love it. Everybody else in the house is quiet. Nothing else is going on. That is my time. Between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. is my time. So I leap my little butt out of bed at 10 to 5, jump in the shower because I need to wake up. This is the thing that I did throughout the daylight savings period is I experimented with a lot of shit so that by the time I fell into this routine, I knew exactly what I needed, what I wanted, and what worked best for me. So I experimented with getting up and not showering immediately, but going and doing some work or checking emails or journaling or doing the dishes or whatever. I tried a shit ton of different things. And over that month, the period of that 3-month period or whatever it was, I figured out, you know what? I am in a daze. I'm in a daze. Like when I first wake up, I don't know what's going on. I need that shower to wake up. So immediately jump in the shower, and then I Well, here's what I should have said to you. My morning routine starts the damn night before. If I walk out into a kitchen that's a mess, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't feel productive. I feel like I'm already behind the 8 ball and chasing my tail, and the day has not even started. So the night before, and this is what I should do a whole nother podcast. If you want me to do this, just leave a comment or DM me, because I will. My nighttime routine is what I'm working on now. But let me just give you some little tidbits. Insights is that the night before, I don't go to bed until the dishwasher is unpacked and, reloaded. Everything is clean, fucking spotless. I'm looking around now and it makes my heart sing. I will say, feels away at the moment, which makes this shit a whole lot easier because he's so messy. Oh my God. I have never met anybody, poor Phil, I've never met anybody so messy in my entire life. The man is so driven in his, this is what I will give him, like the darling. He's so driven in his life. He literally doesn't give a shit about picking up things or putting dishes in the exact right spot. He doesn't care because he's already on to conquering his next task. And that's how he's wired, right? That's why he's so successful in life. Me, I care about the little shit. So I don't go to bed until it's beautiful, it's perfect. I will even spray the aroma sprays. I will get up so that when I get up in the morning, I don't immediately feel stressed, overwhelmed, disappointed in myself for not handling the shit the night before. I feel good. I'm already ahead of 99% of the population of the world. I'm already ahead, and I know that. So I get up, I do the shower. I'm coming out now to the kitchen, and I immediately start with my liter of lemon water. If you're following me on Insta, if you're not, you should be. But if you're following me on Insta, you'll see that I do mention my morning routine from time to time because it's a really popular subject and people want to know, how do you stay motivated? What do you do to get ahead? And how does all of this impact your weight loss? That's what we want to know. At the end of the day, who gives a fucking flying fuck? Who gives a shit about somebody's morning routine? Or I don't give a shit. Like Jeff Bezos, like Needlemeyer over there. I don't care. I don't care about nobody's morning routine, right? Unless they are ahead of me in life. And not like it's a race and we're all trying to compete, but you understand what I mean. If they are successful, then I damn well want to know what they're doing behind the scenes to make that happen. Because I guarantee you, it's not the business. The business doesn't make them successful. The business is a result of their behind the scenes success. That's what we need to care about. So I immediately start with my lemon water. A liter of lemon water gets drunk before I leave the house. So I'm juicing the lemons and doing the things. I usually now am not doing a green tea. I used to do that before I left the house, but I've condensed my quote unquote getting ready time to go to the gym to an hour. I'm not spending more than an hour. I used to spend 2. The more time you give yourself, the more time you will fuck around with stupid ass shit. So I have condensed that down. I've halved it. Oh, Kylie, you've got 1 hour. So I'm not sitting down with green tea and just floating off into boogie wonderland with my thoughts. That can all happen later. There's plenty of time for that later in the day. For now, I'm focused and intentional on every action that I take. So there's lemon water, medication that I take. I get Molly's breakfast. So there's small things like this that are happening in that window of time. But I also chunk my time down so that I should know that by 5:30, XYZ should be done. Small chores like that should be done. Now, here's what's really important, and this has made the biggest impact over the last couple of weeks, is that I used to, let's just backtrack for a second, wake up, get in the shower. I used to do all of this in complete silence. Oh, I don't want to wake somebody and, blah, blah, blah. Phil might be resting. He may have just flown in the night before. I used to do it all quietly, so quiet. And I don't make big noise now, but what I'm saying is, I immediately get out my phone and put on a podcast or something motivational. If you're a music person, do music. But I have my fingers in so many pies, and I'm constantly, I shouldn't even use this language, but let's just, put it, it's for ease of communication. I'm constantly finding myself running and struggling to catch up and keep up with the different courses and mentors and podcasts and things that I want to listen to. So I use what we call net time, which is no extra time. If you're thinking, I don't have time to listen to this, I don't have time to hear what they've got to say, you've got fucking time. When you're in the car, are you daydreaming? Are you thinking about the partner that you can't stand at home? Are you thinking about the mess that the children left? Are you doing bullshit things with your thoughts, or are you using focus and intention to place your thoughts in a manner that is beneficial and taking you where you want to go? So by the time I've been up for literally like 10 minutes, I'm already focused, listening, learning. My mind, here's the other thing. Your mind is a fucking little sponge, and it is most receptive first thing in the morning. We are open first thing in the morning and last thing at night. We are most open to subconscious changes. Why would you spend the first hour of your day thinking bullshit thoughts that are not progressing you any further forward in your life? They're actually dragging your ass backwards. And then you fucking wonder why. Kylie, I can't lose weight. Kylie, why do I keep self-sabotaging? Why? Why can I not stop eating the chocolate? Why do I come home and stuff my face with chips? I'll tell you fucking why. Because you're not making an effort to make changes in the small windows of time. You think you need to sit down and do some big ass thing, and this is going to take so much effort, and it's very overwhelming, and so I just can't do it. That right there is some hardcore bullshit. I'm just going to pause for emphasis. I'm a little fired up today. I should do these podcasts more often after coming back from the gym. That is bullshit. You have time and you have the ability. If you are watching this now or listening to this on Spotify, wherever you're listening, iTunes, honey, please stop kidding yourself. You've got the time and the means to plug into something that is going to be helpful and beneficial for you. Don't worry about 5 years from now, just today, just the next hour. So this is what I do. At this point, and I will share this because I don't know, it's important to me, but this is also part of my morning routine. I work out fasted. I don't, as in what I mean by that is I don't eat breakfast before I exercise. I have tried this in the past. I know it doesn't work for me. It makes me feel sick, like I would want to throw up. That's just no. That's a no for me. So I ensure that I have my breakfast ready to go for when I get back, but I'm not eating nothing before I'm putting in any sort of workout effort. And I can mean just even going for a walk. I'm not talking about lifting weights and shit. I'm just talking when I'm at the gym. Listen, I'm there for 2 hours currently. It won't be like that forever, but that's how it is at the moment. So I'm there for 2 hours and I don't need my body trying to digest a shit ton of food that I've eaten. At the same time, I'm asking it to give me energy to work out. Not a thing. That's not a thing. It needs the energy to put towards a workout. So I choose not to eat before I go. That might not work for everybody. You might need to have either something very light, banana, some fruit or something, what you feel gives you energy, and or some people need to eat. That's just their body functions best like that and they know that. That's fantastic for them. So off I trot now. This is what I was going to say to you. So I also choose to wear makeup to the gym. I have received a lot of hate for it. And I will clarify that statement by saying, and it was all from men. No woman has ever made a comment on my socials, oh my God, you wear makeup to the gym. Like, I wouldn't care either way because what somebody else thinks doesn't impact my decisions. However, the hate that I have received has been all from men. You wear makeup to the gym. What's with all the makeup? Don't you think you're wearing too much makeup? You're not serious if you're wearing makeup to the gym. Let me tell you why I wear fucking makeup to the gym. Because I have spent my entire life hating my body and I am still working very hard on changing that. Do you fucking think when I look in the mirror at the gym, 1,000 mirrors, it's not your bathroom mirror at home, your little mirror there, you see 2 square inches of your face in your mirror at home. Nah, these are gym mirrors. These are big Olympic fucking size mirrors. You see everything at the gym. Let me tell you something right now. Everything, every little wrinkle, every piece of cellulite, every little bump, it's all there for people to see. So I would choose to wear makeup to the gym because I know myself enough to realize that my mind is already struggling to accept my body. Now I'm going to start crying. I don't need to look in the mirror and struggle to accept my face as well. I feel better, and I also feel that I perform better when I feel good about how I look. So I choose to wear makeup to the gym because it makes me feel better. So if a man's got a problem with that, please kiss my ass. I really don't give a shit. I feel good and I'm doing amazing at the gym. I look forward to that time every day. It's my time. I go there and I plug into my podcast and the things that I'm listening to for 2 hours, and that's my time. Nobody gets in. I don't answer calls. I don't respond to messages. I don't jump on social. Like, I'm not fucking around. This is my time to rewire not just my brain, but my entire nervous system. That's what it's all about. So that is pretty much it. I trot off to the gym at 6 or just prior to 6, and luckily for me, very fortunate, the gym is literally like a street away. So it takes me 2 seconds to get there. I'm in the gym and the endorphins are so high at this point before I've even done a thing, because I feel so damn proud of myself. Here's what you got to understand about me, and I reckon we all fall into this category. I spent my entire life as the queen of fucking excuses. Like, if you had a good idea that could help me become better, I had a reason for you why that just wasn't possible for me. But you don't understand what it's like for me. It's different for me. Like, really, please. Listen, and I was not making shit up. I had health conditions and still do out the wazoo. Just fucking reasons. Usually it was my health, why I couldn't do something. I can't do that. I can't go there. I just know. Well, Kylie, here's a new program and all you have to do is, blink your eyes 3 times a day and you'll lose 50,000 kilos. Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I've got false eyelashes. I can't blink my eyes 3 times. Like, what the hell? No, sorry. Oh, I just have to stay here in my own misery. Poor me. Feel sorry for me. This is how I lived my life. And I truly, truly had to decide that enough was a fucking enough. Was I going to go to my grave and eventually be sitting in a fucking rocking chair when it's too damn late to do anything or change anything, and be sitting back going, fuck me, if only I had tried just one time. It only takes one time. This is what you don't understand. You only have to put your all in once to get the results that you want. You're thinking right now, this can take too long. It's too painful. I don't want to give up the chocolate. I don't want to say no to the burgers and the fries, but the pizza, Kylie, it's so good. I don't care anymore. You know what I care about now? Feeling good in my body. I want to feel incredible every day. I want to feel like I'm achieving something and moving forward in my life. I do not want to be the woman that sits at home at night anymore wishing that things were easier. You know how they get easier? You get up and you start doing something, anything. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm just going to, again, use this word for ease of communication. I fuck up every day. I make stupid choices. I make bad decisions with food, but I don't let it drag me down anymore. I pull myself up and I keep moving forward. You know what I tell myself now? Well, that wasn't my wisest decision, but at least I know that not to do that next time. And wait, just hold on. And then I do it next time because that's what we do. I do the exact same damn thing next time. And then I assess it again. Why did I make that choice? Here's the biggest game changer that I've been using over the past few weeks. Let me share this. This is, again, if you are listening, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see this. This is a journal that I've created. It's coming out soon in my F to Scale weight loss program. This is my F to Scale cheat sheets. This is my cheat sheets and planner. What I have in here is the opportunity every day to write down my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, what I intend to eat for that day. And let me explain to you like this. And I say this all the time. 6 a.m. Kylie cares about the food choices and the decisions and why I'm going to eat that day. She cares. 8 o'clock at night, Kylie, she doesn't give a shit. She just wants the chocolate. And right now, the Easter eggs and the things that are got. She just wants that. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about my dreams, my goals, my visions, my aspirations. She couldn't give a shit. She just wants to eat at night. So I have found that using the planner and the cheat sheets that are coming with my F the Scale weight loss course have been the complete game changer for me. I commit in the morning, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Here's what I'm committed to eating. And then I do a next day assessment. This takes all of 2.5 minutes, people. We were talking about time. This takes 2.5 minutes. The next day I assess, did I do or /eat what I said I was going to eat? And if I didn't, why? That is what thought work is really about. That is how you change your mindset. And here's why this is such a game changer. You don't need this fancy little journal and cheat sheets that I've created to do this. You don't need it. You can do this on a sticky note, because what it does is when I go to reach for the chips or the chocolate or the things just randomly in the middle of the day, this gives me a pause. I now stop and think, wait, just 1 second. Was this on my plan? This wasn't my fucking plan. So what am I doing? It creates a pause between you and the food. I can still eat the food. I can eat all the damn food. Doesn't matter. It's not stopping me from doing anything that I want to do, but it gives me a timeout to go, hang on a minute. Is this really what I want to do? Is this really the decision that I want to make? Is this who I committed to being? Is this taking me closer to my goals or pulling me further away? 9 times out of 10, I will stop and walk away and go, I didn't even want this shit. What was I going to do putting this in my mouth? And maybe, 1% of the time, I still go, yeah, I actually really want this now. And I'll tell you when it happens. It happens during my witching hour at night. It doesn't happen. The time now is just gone 9 a.m. Do you think I want chocolate now? I don't give a shit about chocolate now. I am hungry, but I don't want chocolate. I want breakfast. Now, the other thing that I'm also in the process of using is the second journal that I've created here, which is journal prompts. This one, again, F the Scale weight loss course. It's coming out. You can join the waitlist, people, kyliepax.com/F the Scale. It's all one word. Go there now. Join the waitlist. It's coming out in the next few weeks. So this is, again, journal prompts, honey, to help you squirrel around inside your own brain, because it's interesting to hear about mine, but it's more beneficial for you to squirrel around inside your own and find out, what are your self-sabotaging thoughts? What are the reasons that you are telling yourself? And I use the word reasons very fucking loosely, because they're just bullshit stories that we've made up in our mind. What are the stories that you're telling yourself as to why you need to eat at night? It's just different for me, Kylie. I can't control myself. It's all a story. So my darlings, I'm just looking at the question that came through today from Julie in Queensland. And she's asked, hi, Kylie, loving your podcast, lost 10 kilos just by listening to it. There we go. And she says, can you please say, what role does mindset play in weight loss and emotional eating? Can you share some tips for developing a positive mindset and overcoming self-sabotage? I can and probably will dive into this further, possibly in next week's podcast, because I want to make sure that I give Julie everything she needs. I really feel that what we have covered today is so, so important and relevant to her question, that you can take, of everything that I've shared with you today, there has to be 3 nuggets that you can take out and implement into your life as it is now to help you move forward, break up with emotional eating and lose the fucking weight. You don't want your story to be, here's Kylie's life, here it is, and she spent her entire life obsessed with her body, crying over her weight, feeling not good enough, doubting her abilities, and sabotaging her shit every single day, so that she was never truly happy with her life. Sure, she had moments. She put on a smile. Let's face it, all the people. It's fantastic. But really, are you truly happy inside? And let me ask you a second question. And are you really, really, really happy with the effort that you're putting in? Or are you half-assing it anywhere, especially when it comes to weight loss and emotional eating? If that is the case, then I've given you 2 links today, and I just feel that I want to shake and hug everybody at the same time, because this is important. You tell yourself every time, listen, every fucking time you sit down and you might not be sitting down, but every time you make yourself an excuse and you overeat one more time, what do you tell yourself? You don't even need to answer. I already know. You tell yourself it's just one more time. It's just one more time. Tomorrow I'll be better. I'll get back on track tomorrow. This is just one more time. It's okay. It's almost like we tell ourselves it doesn't count. It's just one more time. Every fucking time counts. It all counts, because this is your life. You've got to understand, this is your life. It all counts. So with that being said, head on over kyliepax.com/free course. And while you're there, jump on the waitlist for F the Scale. Both are being released in the next few weeks. I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love. As always, please remember, the only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you step up, drop the excuses, take a good hard look at what you're actually doing in your life. You think you're making an effort, but are you really? Are you really? When you assess all of that, take the blinders off and be prepared to level up in the areas that you can start with first. Start with the lowest hanging fruit. You don't need to go into a 50,000 hour workout. What the fuck is that? Start by getting out of bed 5 minutes earlier and walking up and down your hallway. You can do that. When you start there, that is when you've got what it takes. I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love. I will see you all again next week. Until then, gorgeous ones, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to kyliepax.com/free course and sign up for my free weight loss training so you can start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources in my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without the BS diet drama. I'll see you next week.